Well, according to the internet, we are live, and it looks like my camera is freaking out. So let's see if we can fix that, shall we? Scooching over. Right, that's standard. That's standard. Yeah. Right, focus mode, that's what we want. So I think we'll just have it. That's not going to work. Hopefully that looks all right. Right, welcome to the video. If you're watching this afterwards, after the fact, do you know what? I think I might give us a bit more light. And we'll kill this one, I think. Yeah, that's better. We don't need that great big light. Or that flashy light, I should say. That's better, isn't it? We can see far more of what's going on. Just make sure I haven't left a butt plug in the shot. There we go. Right. What are we doing? I don't actually know what we're doing. We are working, or we were working on the Mantis. So that is probably what we're going to do. Please bear with me while I get the Mandalorian phone holder into shot and find myself on YouTube. Content will that pop up there? Hate the app. When it comes to live streaming, I'm fine with it the rest of the time. I just really struggle to get this. Oh, Boom Slang's just dropped a video on Caster. I'm actually designing an Axial, so that'll be something that's interesting. I struggle with this every time, guys. Right, let's get that off. Blimey, there's 5 people here. Hello, Travis. How are you? Now, at least I can keep track of the comments. How are we doing for battery life? 23%. So let me just get you guys plugged into a charger. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, I'm horrible at organising these. My only promise is that I will get better. I will, I promise. Yeah, come on, where's the old, if it had hair around it? I'm not sure that's the saying anymore, is it? Society seems to have moved away from liking hair round things. Right, where was I? So last night I very quickly mocked up using my my acrylic wheelbase and link position deciding tool. What you really called this? It's a build jig, isn't it? So I had the axles screwed into this, and we worked out a rough wheelbase. And I also commented in one of the forums, LCG and Cheetah Rigs, and I asked the very knowledgeable people in there what they thought was an optimal wheelbase for a cheetah rig, And the general consensus, I would say an average answer was 13.75. And Alexa, what's 13.75 in inches?
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
I'm not surprised. Alexa, what's 13.75 inches in millimeters?
Good afternoon, Dwight. 13.75 inches is 349.3 millimeters.
So 350.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
Thank you, Alexa. You can be quiet now. So we got the front set up now. Luckily for me, I think these might be the rear links off of the UTB18, and that'll be the upper link of the UTB18. Amazingly, they work. My front upper link is a little bit too long. I reckon we need to shorten that up by about 5 mil overall, eye to eye. And I'm pretty happy with the lower. Let's lift it up so you guys can get a better look at it. Yeah, so that distance there, I'm happy with that, and I am going to be setting it up with no springs. We're just going to have like a belly dragger set up, maybe with some shot bands on, and I'm going to run quite heavy oil once I've rebuilt these Chavtech shocks. Just having a sip of no, we're not sponsored energy drink. Oh, being a dad of a 4-year-old at 56. Wow. Right. Parts. So I've got my parts bin down here. I've got a selection of links and bits and bobs, which we're probably not going to need now, but I'll pop those to one side. Here's the box with the Axial bits in it. If you're interested, guys, sorry, I've got a bit of a tangle going on down here. I'm actually just working on this cage. This is a 3D file from a guy called Vegard, who's designed this really, really nice sort of cage buggy. If you're interested, this is a build that's going to be coming up on the channel at some point in the future. I'm just trying to work out, I'm going to put a MEUS LCG gearbox in there so that I can keep it below the top of the door frame, and that way we can put an interior in there. I'm going to go for like a really scale looking build on this, and it's just going to be a fun haver. It's not going to match any comp rule sets or anything like that, but I don't see any reason why it couldn't. So that's also in this box. What else have we got? We've got a servo horn, and I might be dropping this 99 mod 70 in here. No, I won't, because I need a half height. Okay, well, I've got a half height coming. I've got one of the new 55 DS 55 jobbies, which everybody's sort of raving about. Let's pop that in there. Get a little bit organised. Sadly, this is a Nod 2 copy because I can't afford the postage and everything for the United States. For the original. If I had a bit more money, deluxe, I would be buying the original design from you. I apologise, but I will link to yours in videos where this vehicle's featured. And you guys have just bought out a dig box, haven't you? I wonder if the dig box is going to fit one of these. I'm trying to think. It can't, can it? Maybe it can. That'll be interesting, won't it? I wonder if you guys know whether this will fit or not. I'm sure they said that they had a version for the Nod 2. Maybe we'll see, I guess. So this is going to drop in. I haven't drilled this yet. Today really is about working out the exact length for the links I need, and what else? Just working out locations for stuff, working out what shots I'm going to be putting on the back. I'm not sure how much. Oh, by the way, we're going to run a Mini 16 on this Fusion. This is going to be a super light build, and I've got the adapter so that we can run the Mini 16. That also means that I don't need the plate that this fits to mount on there. We can just direct mount this to that, so that will drop the CG ever so slightly. I'm hoping that I'm doing all of my this stuff on screen. Any questions, please hit me up. I'm just going to get these wheels off and we'll get it back in the build jig, because that's just going to make it easier for me working out my lowers. I don't really care too much about the uppers at this point. I get the mowers, I get the lowers made, and then we do whatever we need to do with the uppers to make them work. I'm not sure if I've got a rig to hand. I sometimes will run a really short upper if I can get away with it, depending on the geometry of the vehicle. Sometimes you can't do that, but when I can, I like to. Right, let's get this build jig back up here. And is that how you guys like to do it? Is it like when you're building one of these? Am I building completely differently to you, or is that something that you like to do as well? I can only see two of my little attachment doohickeys. Right, we'll have to have a search party out for them in a minute. I do tend to run a fair bit of toe out on my axles as well, so these rails don't always tend to sit as nicely as I'd like them to. Make sure we've got that the right way up. Have you ever seen one of these jigs before? Do you use one of those jigs? It just allows me, it's got like a ruler on here, and it allows me to not be guessing whether the rig's straight or not. It helps me with that, and it also helps me to get the wheelbase. So we've decided we are going to go 350, thanks to the information that more experienced people shot out. You'll always get some guy who really hasn't got a clue respond to those posts. It does make me chuckle. Like, I feel like I've got a decent enough grasp of what's going to work or not, to be able to know when someone's way off. And there were some really interesting answers on there. I need to find one of those jigs. I think it's in the links for this video, Travis, but I'll just check. Let me just check for you. I'm pretty sure I did put the link for it here. Actually, I can probably just get you a link. If you bear with me 2 seconds, Travis, I'll get you the link. It really wasn't very expensive jig. Let's try that. No. Chassis building. It's quite difficult to find it on AliExpress. In fact, almost impossible, you might say. I've looked so many times for it on here. There we go. So now I've typed in what I feel like is the perfect keywords for it, and nothing's coming up. But we'll find it. I have a feeling it's actually in one of my recent videos. In fact, it might be just as easy to go and do that. What video would it be in? Wow, this is is that it? Is that gonna be? Is it gonna be in there? Bit of what I'm trying to do. I'll tell you what, this is gonna take too long by the look of it. I can't believe I can't see it here. Like, maybe if I put in acrylic, because I remember that being one of the keyword. Now I've just got to spell acrylic. It really isn't popping up. How can this be so difficult to find? I actually had it come up in a search the other day when I was searching for something with completely unrelated keywords. It didn't. There it was, and now I'm putting in all of the keywords you'd think. Sorry, guys, I'm just over here scrolling through on the flipping thing. Hello, Lee. Afternoon. I'm looking for the setup jig, Lee. Yeah, I've put acrylic setup jig for RC crawlers. I know Lee's got a file for one if you wanted to 3D print one, and I noticed the doc's got a decent, like a long one, Lee, for the stuff he does. I noticed it in one of the streams recently. Do you know what? It's just not coming up. Maybe I can find it off of AliExpress. Acrylic set up tool for RC. So I can see some slightly different ones coming up. There it is. Whereabouts in the world are you? Because if you're in the UK, I found a link for Amazon UK. Sorry, I'm actually looking for the chassis one, Lee. Yeah, the one that's on the screen there. I've found it on Amazon, but maybe if I use their keywords from Amazon, I can find it on AliExpress. I'm sure that's pretty much what I was putting in. No, that's just frustrating. I don't see. I remember putting it in into my video descriptions because I know it's one of the things that people always ask me about. And typical, I can't find it. It's the Resixal one, which is, I think that might be how I used to find it. Yeah. Right. I'm not getting anything done like this. Hello, Terry. How are you? I was just trying to find a link to this acrylic setup tool. This link, the link for this is in one of my videos, but where that video is on the channel, I have no idea. I've just spent ages looking for it and I couldn't see it, so sorry about that. But like I say, if you have a look through the descriptions of my videos, it is there. It's not very helpful, is it? Sorry, bud. How are you, Terry? And Lee, no work today? That's too much. Righty then. This is the receiver, incidentally. I've just got myself a Fly Sky G11P because I'm doing a lot of four-wheel steer stuff now. And yeah, I've switched over to the Fly Sky Ant protocol, radio and receivers. Burping like Rick from Rick and Morty. Right, 350. So we got the jig set up to 350. Double shifting one bike. I'm on Early's. Double shifting one bike with your mate. Right, I thought you meant double shifting as in gears. So I prefer an early finish, Lee, and I'm guessing you don't mind it. I like to be up and out and done and home if possible. So we're just looking for something to prop up underneath the axle. I wonder if I can use this old cloth. They tend to bunch up pretty well. Just to keep the pinion angle to roughly what it's going to be. We're going to be running a link riser in this. Quick watch while I grab a sandwich. Love to the family. Thank you, Terry. Same to you and yours as well, buddy. Thank you for poking your head in. Right. Where's me roller doglet? There it is. So I was working at the desk last night. So we'll probably be needing me caliper. So let's grab that as well. So we're working in millimeters. So there to there. Blimey. I'm going to go slightly shorter than I think. I'm going to say 215 is what we're looking at. Oh, you're an ex-postie? Yeah, you know that life more better than most then, I guess, Lee. So at the moment, those links that we've got in the front are just placeholders because I'm definitely going to be going. Can I grab a chunk? Actually, I've probably got a chunky one in here. These are as chunky as I'm going to go. So I'm probably going to be running one of this thickness. This is either 6 or 7 mil. I think it's 7 mil brass on the front, and that's what we're going to be running on the lowers at the front to get a little bit of weight up front and down. But on the back, I'm going with this 3 mil stainless steel. I'm not sure if it will hold up to the abuse that these crawlers get, but we are going to try it. I'm interested to see because this will be nice and light, and the idea with this build is to go super light. Right, I want a marker. There is. My missus comes in and takes me markers for doing stuff. And then when I reach for it, it's not there. But she's a good lass, so we'll forgive her for that. Right, so we've marked one up. I've got a pair of these here somewhere. There's the other one. Let's get the other one. If you don't have any luck finding it, I'll have a look for that link. Can't find the jig on AliExpress. I found the one in my favourites, the one I bought my purchase history, but the link says not available. That's the kind of stuff that I'm getting with it. That thing, do you know, it's weird. That thing has always been elusive. It really has. It's always been a bit of a pain in the arse to find. Right. We're making a mistake. We're getting ready to cut the steel, and I've just thought about this. We don't want 215, do we? It's 215 eye to eye. The old brain farts going 10 to the dozen today. So, right, I've just bought some new set screws because the set screws that I bought recently were too short. So, if you're wondering what that is there, that's a bag of set screws for my link stuff. So let's put that in the link box. Right. Where's me new? Do not need that box anymore. I used to save every box that came into the building. I've stopped that now. I'm very pleased to say. Right, these are the ones that I'm using now. So these link rod ends were breaking. Let's put it. Yeah, these were breaking down here, but that's because I wasn't engaging enough. I wasn't putting enough steel up into the link itself. So I've just ordered some new 20mm set screws, and then that should stop these breaking. I hope so, because these are readily available. They are the Capra width balls. They're nice and loose, but there's not too much play in them. Do you want to go out, babe? Do you want me to get the door? Sorry, guys. No. Maggie the moo wanted to go out. I didn't realise I'd closed the door. It's probably a good job she did that, because it'll get warm in here. Right. So I'm pretty sure the eye to eye. Oh, I meant to say to you, Lee, literally on the rack behind me, I've got a full set of Endura pins. If there was a reason that you wanted them, just over there behind me, I've got a set. So if you need a set of 1.9 pins, let me know. Give me your address and I'll send them up to you. But if there was another reason that you were looking, it's all good. Right, 19. So we need to take. No, you don't need any more. Every time you said it, I was like, oh, if Lee needs some of those. I figured you probably wouldn't need any more, though. And those of you that don't know Lee, Lee's probably got more. He's almost got more parts than AliExpress for RC cars tucked away at home. Right, what I'm doing, I'm just buttoning this up to the back of the mat so that I know the left and the right are correct, because we haven't tightened down our front, and like I say, I've got a bit of toe out in the front. I always do that because when I'm climbing, if you've got the tyre in a neutral position like that, going up, trying to climb up something, you're not getting any ledge grab. But if you have a little bit of toe out, when you then also turn your wheel right or left, you get a much more engagement from the outer of the wheel on the the rock surface that you're trying to climb. So that's why I do that. So right, 215. So we wanted 215. the rod end from eye to shoulder is 19 millimeters, and we've got 2 of those. So we're going to take 38 mil from 215. Quick maths, anybody? 38 from 215, so 35 would be 280, and then we take 3 more off, which is 177. Is that right? Yeah, 177. Alexa, 177 plus 38.
177 plus 38 is 215.
There we go. I always get the computer to check me maths.
Sure how to help
All right, Alexa, thank you, darling. I always get Alexa to check my math afterwards. So what we'll do then, we'll take that dry white marker off. I learned this the other day, guys. Do you know what? Hello, Sprocky. I've looked on Amazon, can't find jig. It's on Amazon. I've just seen it. If you need me to find it and post the link, I will. Give me a second. So I learned this the other day. If you want to take a marker off, like Sharpie, it's really difficult unless you got something like acetone or something like that. All you do is you just draw back over it with the Sharpie and then wipe it quickly before it dries. And look, it takes the mark off. Love things like that. Right. So what did she say? She said we need 177. Good afternoon, Mr. ReVolt, sir. How are you today? I'm building this. I don't have any complaints thus far, Erwin. I really like this, and everything, the geometry, the locations, and the options that I've got built into the front end, I really like. Can't stay, I'm at work. No problem, mate. I appreciate you just poking your head in the door. So yeah, there you go. Bit of feedback for you. So far, so good, Erwin. On these axles, these aren't the full width Capra versions. These are more sort of AR44 width. So I think this is going to be an interesting build. Right, we want 177. So I'm going to go 178, and then we'll just take it down. We'll take it down on the lathe once we get down to shortening this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to reposition the camera to do lathe stuff in the stream, but we'll try, I guess. There we go. They are beautifully matching now. Get back to work. 14 watching. Wow, thank you very much. If it's your first time here, I am Dwight, and we are building a ReVolt Tsunami cheetah rig. That's me clips. Just get them out of the way for a minute. So, we've got to do a little bit of housekeeping. Things have got very messy in here. When I start a project, I do tend to make a bit of a mess. So we're going to have to cut these to length, which we are going to do on the lathe. And then we're going to have to put at least 10 mil of thread on each end. Let's just do that with the caliper to make sure we get full engagement into these lengths. I don't think these lengths will fail. Right, so it might even be 12 mil of engagement. Wonder what we've got. Can we pop something in there and then measure it? Just want to find out where this bottoms out. Very technical stuff. 10. Looks like 13 mil. Yeah, we need 13 mil of thread on each of the ends of these. Oh, I'm just thinking that I need to add brains slowing down. I need to add bends in as well, because I want this to follow the profile of the chassis. So it looks like we're going to have a bend there. The old brain slows down a little bit when we get to this technical stuff, because I don't want to make 4 sets of links. Hello, Alan. It's 1:15 a.m, Alan. Yeah. Yeah, go get some sleep, mate. You don't have to watch me rambling about how I'm going to bend the link or whatever. I do appreciate you popping in, though, mate. Thanks, Lee. Found them. I'll get some dims and 3D print some. 3D print some? Oh, Lee's shock plier thing. You've got both the files for these, Lee, haven't you? So is this what you're on about, the shock duplicator? So Lee's got a file for the shock duplicator, and I've got to be honest, like, these links are going to be massively exceeded. This thing needs to be like this long, so I'm going to print one as well, one of the longer versions for checking longer links like these. I think Lee's got a file for both, but his setup jig file isn't as long as this. It doesn't allow this wheelbase, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think so. There's one on Ali for about £8. What we're talking about, Lee? There's one on AliExpress for £8. Is that the shock plier tool? Well, I'm just thinking we need to put some bends in these. So what I normally do, guys, is I do it on the PC, but I think for the purpose of this video, we can probably switch over, go old school, and I'll get a pen and paper out. And I'll show you how I do it on the PC. Well, I'm going to try and show you how I do it on the PC, but on pen and paper. Right. Strange. I don't know why Strangers in the Night came into my head. Right. I'm designing heavy, low, strong compact saws, guys, made out of carbon composite and brass and bits and bobs. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, stay tuned to that. I'll be found a chassis jig on Amazon. Oh, well done, Travis. The only terrible thing about that is that we won't get a kickback for module. It would have been, if you'd have bought this on AliExpress, we'd have probably got about 50p, so that's not a big deal. Right, so we want, this is how we do it, guys. This is how we do it on the PC. We want a bigger pad, nearly. So we want 215 eye to eye. So I do a little mark there when the pen starts working. Right, I'll do a little mark there and a little mark at 215. And then I'll have a look at the angle that we're going to need. I almost feel like we need to go up at that sort of an angle. And then I transfer that onto the paper. So what do we need? We need like, looks like about 50 mil. Yeah, about 50 mil of that. And then this will take all the guesswork. And then this is going to go up there for 30 mil. So we've got 80 mil so far. And then we're going to come, let's reseat the axle into the position I think we're going to be doing. Are you still there, Erwin? I have a question about link rise, bearing carrier. If you're not, it's okay, I can work it out. Right, and then we got to go from there to there, which looks like 150. We're probably going to do that first. So we want to go up 50 at that angle. Right, where's my mark? And then all we got to do is measure. So we got 50, 50, 30. And 120. So let's just write that down. We've got 50 rise, 30 transition, no, 30, yeah, transition, 30 trans, 30 trans, I couldn't find one on LA. Lee used the 3D printed one as a template to make a metal or wooden one. Right, 30, 120 second, 120 second trans. Call these bits what you like, it doesn't matter. And 50 drop, 50 drop. So that's two. It's saying we need 250. It can't change it 35 mil. This is why I normally do it on the PC. Maybe it does though. Maybe it does. Could that come down a bit? That could probably come down to 40. And then from there to there is 50. And from there to there is 150. So we're just changing the numbers up a little bit. 40, 50, 90, 210. That's 150. Right, so we've got 90, 240. So it's saying that this link is going to go from... It's really difficult to do this like this. It's going to go from 220 to 240. So that's telling us, sorry about all that, so that's telling me that after the bends, that these are going to go from, what did we mark them at, 217? No, 177. So they're going to go from, oh no, because we've got to take out, 38 mil for the rod end as well. Right, so we got 19 shoulder to eye there. So we need to take out 38 from there. So that makes more sense. 250, take 38 is 212. No, it isn't. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. It's 212. Right, okay, so we've arrived at a different number again. I'm just going to grab my isopropyl, and why don't you 3D print Mach 1 with joints you can cut up in it place, then once it's the right size, straighten it out, and you have the overall length. Yeah, that's another way to do it, Lee, but this is how I've been doing it. I don't normally do it on paper. It's actually much easier to do it in CAD, which is why I normally do it on the PC. But I have thought about it, just for getting temporary links up, but I'm a bit like the doc where I don't like to make something and fit it and then take it off and then make something else and fit it, because it just, I don't know, it just feels a bit wasteful in some respects. But you could totally do that if you wanted to, test all your angles out, I guess, before you start bending and stuff. But as long as these are ballpark, and this is why I do the lowers first, is as long as these are ballpark to the length that I want, I can just make the uppers the right length for what they need. It wouldn't matter if we ended up somewhere closer to 340 or even a little bit over towards 360. 350 is just a ballpark. The extendable link is a great thing as well, without a doubt, but that's the kind of thing that I think I would only use building the front links or maybe uppers. But you're right, that is a great idea. Right, so I'm going to try and get both these marked. Well, all that confusion and kerfuffle, what did I say? It was 38 off of 250, 212 is what we said, isn't it? So I'm just going to shuffle those down until they're perfectly at the end of the ruler. It doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter. This is not an exact science. It does not need to be exact. We're just roughing these out. We can tweak things up on the lathe. When they're finished, I like them to be as dead near as possible. 212, wasn't it? So I'm just going to go 210. There we go. And I'll just cut on the upper side, because I'm using quite a thick Sharpie. I'll cut on the upper side of that, and then we should have those somewhere near where we want to be. This will be the first time using my tap that I bought, and I don't think I've got anything to hold it yet. Damn it, I meant to buy one of those. Because I normally tap, I don't die. Did I say tap a minute ago? Just to prove I'm using them, like, I've got the link extendable link set up, and I do use it. I just happened to try these out of curiosity to see if these UTB-18 links would fit, and boom, they were well, not perfect, but very close to it. Must remember to drink during these little sessions. Now the next question is, without making too much of a mess in here, can I move the camera over to the lathe and then do that? I've got to move so much stuff about. Like every time I want to work in one of the areas in the bedroom, in the workshop, which is a bedroom, I have to move everything. We're going mobile. Oh, try not to break the screen on my printer. You can't see it, but just out of shot there is my printer. Right. Well, that's a great shot of the tool storage. There we go. There's the lathe. Right, let's take those out. I need those clips in there now. I've got to unplug one thing. What's that? That's me dryer for me filament. So let's unplug that. I need to put a new plug. This little mini lathe is quite old, probably 30 years old, maybe around that age. Right, we'll need to put my studio light up out of the way. That's for when I'm doing my little mail time videos. In fact, we don't need that plugged in either. Oh, it's getting tidier. I'm actually quite claustrophobic, so when I'm in the workshop like this and it's a bit of a mess, I'm not a fan. I have to say, I am not a fan of that. Right, let's get this in here now. I have got a cut-off tool, but it's not very good. Right, let's move this over here. I'm not going to be able to unplug it. Right, if I'm stood in front of the internet, my phone might drop out. So if you post a message up, what's this? Hello, Punith RC Garage. How are you? And thank you. It's nice to be alive. I mean, it's nice to be live as well as to be alive. Lee's saying, just design a holder that fits the end of the tailstock that you have the live centre in, or in your case, the chuck and drill. What, and 3D print it? It is nice to be alive, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that aren't, that used to be. I don't know whether you knew the guy from Psycho Garage, but yeah, very sadly passed away very recently, and I only had a few interactions with the guy, and all I can say is what a terrible shame. You got some right bastards out there that seem to live forever, and then you got people like him who really do seem to be. Do you have a die holder? No, I don't have a die holder, Lee. I have a die. but no die holder, because if I did, I think what I would do is I would just sort of start it. I might even do it. I mean, I'm only doing a couple of pieces. I would probably just do it manually if I did have one. But sadly, I do not. Right. Oh, I hate this job. That's going to be really, really low. These that came with it, these bits that came with it, many people have left since the clot shots went round. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Right, what am I going to do then? I could drop in one of my other bits. If I can find one. That might be easier. I'm just going to use the wrong bit for the job, guys, because I'm being lazy. But it's my party, and I'll be lazy if I want to. Right. I do not like having to cut stuff with a hacksaw. Far too manual for me. Right, I'm going to get the right glasses on, otherwise I won't be able to see what I'm doing. We've got normal working glasses, and then we've got the zooms. These are my zoomers. So I reckon we're good there. What I'm doing now is just rotating the lathe chuck and just making sure nothing is hitting. I think we can probably come back a little bit. Right, we should be good to go there. Let's make sure I've got no wires going to jump up and get involved. I'll tighten that down. Just thinking, I've seen people using the tailstock with the tool removed to hold the die in its holder. I do links in a drill on a diamond grinder and thread them. Yeah, I mean, you can do it like that. But, you know, if you've got a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So I tend to use my lathe for that. But yeah, you could totally do it like that. So we're just making sure we're good for height. Considering we're considering the lathe's running on the same work table as the camera, I was quite impressed with that. Yeah. I mean, I do realise I'm one of the lucky ones having access to a lathe. One of my mates, Jamie, had spotted someone selling a lathe who's in a sort of within our crawling circle, and it wasn't a million miles away, and it's somewhere that I journey to regular as well. So I just said to him, look, if you can hold on to it till I come down, I'll have that, please. And yeah, we've been making links and stuff ever since. My next big garage tool purchase currently no room. Is that what you're doing at the minute, Lee? Are you having like a bit of a sort out? I've just done it here. Had a bit of a sort out. Just putting a chamfer on this end, because that'll make it. much easier to get the die. I can never remember the bloody name of the die. So many RC bits. I mean, that's what I'm building, Lee. I've got to the same point where I've just got so much stuff sat about. You know, it's got to be done. I'm just wondering, what are the ways that I could do this? First, I've got to find me dies. So that was easy. I found me dies. Can you still see me over here? You can. That's marvellous. So we got an M3 die, and looking at it, I'd say that's the way that we want to go. So I've got a voice. I wonder, is there a way? I've got a huge scooter battery here that I keep moving from one place to another because someone threw a scooter out and I was like, what's up with it? And he said the controller's buggered. And I thought, well, if the controller's buggered, the battery might still be all right. I love that. I'm sure I can use it for something. Hold the die in the chuck. Like that, Lee. In the tailstock. Hold the die in the chuck and the chuck. In the drill chuck. See, I think this might go wide enough. I've never had it this wide, but do you know what? I think that might. Will it? Go on. Go on. It's like when you get your first girlfriend, isn't it? I mean, if this works, hallelujah. Right, let's just spin that up. Let's get the tool out of the way. So we don't need that now. Put the die in the lathe. Put the die in the lathe chuck and the rod end in the tailstock. Then turn the chuck by hand. By hat. Now, now that makes much more sense than what I was thinking. That'd have been a right mess if you hadn't have said that. Thank you very much for your input, guys. See? Teamwork, making the dream work. Oh, shit, though. There's not enough bloody room. Because these links are so blooming long. I wonder, can I take it off and then put it back together with it in there? Because that would be great if we could. Oh, come on. A little bit of fanning about this end. I think we might be able to do it. Unless I don't think I have the depth. I don't think I've got the depth. Put the rod in the drill chuck first. Do you know what? Story of my fucking life. This could just do with being a little bit longer. Just making sure we've got, some oils on it. I remember this moment, guys. This is my first ever. My first ever die situation. Oh, crap. I'll tell you what, this does not look like it's grabbing. It's not going in. Do you think I need to put a little bit more of a chamfer on it, maybe? Tell you what we're going to try. And I'm absolutely positive that I've got, what's everybody saying? As long as you can hold it levelish, you should be okay. So what I'm just going to try to do is bury that inside the chuck a little bit more. Right, we've deepened that now. It should, he says, those are going to be the best links. I'm not even sure this stuff's strong enough. I may just have to revert to using it's not starting. It is going in level. Oh, take weight off my feet for a little bit. Oh, my joint inflammation's through the roof at the minute, guys. For those that didn't know, I've got a really, really bad inflammation. I think that's asking for is the die the right way round? That's a good question, Lee, and I think it is, but I'm going to take it out now and have a look. So I know one edge is has got a feed. I think some have feeds both sides, don't they? But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this looks like it's got a feed both sides. Let's try it the other way. Let's try it the other way. If I can get that bastard thing back in there. No, that's not going to work. I'll tell you what I did do. I dropped one of the pieces of the die into the groove. You know, the groove that locks it for the... Oh. Sorry, guys. I just... I booped the camera. Oh, my goodness. Now what am I going to do? Sorry, laughing like a madman, but my streams are always really, really janky. Right. How are we doing? Are we there? Right, yeah, so I dropped one of the pieces of the chuck into the groove that's on the die. Do I have some vice grips? One flatter in the other. You need to push the stock towards right. I got you guys. And I think we're in a much better position than we were in the first attempt. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, you can do it. Oh, I saw stuff coming off. I thought we were stainless steel, man. Jesus Christ. Sorry for my blasphemous outrage, but you need to push start. I don't have any vice grips. What was that for, Lee? Why won't that start? Because we had some metal. We had some metal coming off. So it's making shaving. So Christ. Oh, good job I don't go to church. Oh. It's making some chips, but let's try it back the other way around to hold the die and do it by hand. No, everybody has vice grips. I had a load of tools stolen a few years ago, and that was one of the things that I never replaced, sadly. Right, let's switch this little bug up. Now, I have a feeling that the first edge is the one with writing on. So, there we go. Let's try that. What I think. What size OD? What size is the OD of the die? I don't know, 25 mil, something. So look, it's about 20, 22 mil, something like that. What's that, Lee? Right, so you would just hit the outer edge of this a little bit harder, would you, and give it a better lead? It's just not grabbing. So for me, that's telling me that the chamfer is like the shoulder of the chamfer is too much. The angle of dangle. So we've got here somewhere, we got some diamond files. Let's just see if we can soften the edge of. This would be so much easier if I had my Dremel. For someone who makes links to sell, I'm making a right pig's ear of this, and I put it in a drill. Right. Put what in a drill? What am I putting in a drill? Crawling addict. Oh, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Right. We're just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, which is the definition of madness. So, put the rod in a drill. Rod is too big for the die. Oh, I see what you mean. Instead of using the tailstock, put it in there. Is that what you mean? we can try that. Is that what you meant? Well, she'll need to, if it was, she'll need to go and charge for 5 minutes. This super fast charger, so that'll be fine. And if it wasn't what you meant, that's also fine because we'll charge the drill up. But is this what you meant? I've sent you a holder for up to 25 mil. Oh, bless you, Lee. Thank you so much. Yeah, because then we could just do it like the way it's supposed to be done, right? Thank you very much, Lee. I really appreciate that. Oh. Right, so that's going to charge for a minute. If I showed you this, guys, could you tell me whether you think I'm going in the right side or not? Because if I'm going in the wrong hole, my missus won't be happy. She was never keen on that. Right, so this is the side that I used the first time. And this was the side that I used the second time. It's not even focusing, is it? I really appreciate it, Lee. You know I do, but oh, right, it wasn't focusing because it wasn't set to focus. Sorry if all of this has been out. Nobody said anything about it being out of focus, but if it was, I apologise. Right, so this is the side that I was going in to begin with. Just waiting for it to update on the screen there. And this is the side that seemed to be making chips, but I think this is double-handed, this one. Although I could be wrong. I do have a pair of these. So maybe... Oh, this is M4. Right, I thought I had two M3s. So, looks like the rod is too big. Well, it's... so this is an M3 die. Let me just check the OD on the rod. I'm pretty sure the rod is bang on 3 mil. Yeah. So the rod is bang on 3 mil. But I mean, I could sand down one end of it, or I could even take it down in the lathe. I could do a single pass over it. I could take it down to, so it's M3 is on a 2.5 usually. An M3 thread is 2.5, I think. The tapered side. Oh, what? Oh, is that how it tells you? So the face with the tapered outer is the correct side. Oh, so we was going in the right side to begin with then. At least that's something. Right. Let's get some abrasive paper out. Right, what we got? 600. We got any 400? No. No. Right, so we got some 600. Let's grab a bit of that. Right, that should be charged enough to get us going. I think I'd want to come down on the diameter. I think next time I do this, when I'm cutting it to length, this is bringing them down. But 2.7. Oh, it does polish up really nicely. Was this what you meant by using the drill just before I go at it? Yeah, I think you're right. I think the rod's too big. Oh, no. Right. Okie doke. So, what are we saying? Are we saying I should be taking both ends of this down in the lathe to 0.7? So we want to take 1.5 off, which gives us a total of 0.3. Right. I'm enjoying this. Thanks very much for hanging out, guys. I'm hoping I'm not the only one learning here. Otherwise, what am I doing here? But yeah, hopefully everybody's learning something. I definitely am. Right, so we're going to have quite a bit stuck out. Right, so let's, which way? That way. So I want 12 mil of thread on here. So let's say 13 mil. Wrong one. I'm just setting the depth of the cut. Not got a super technical lathe that does all that for me, unfortunately. Right. So it's at 0.7 mil on there, and I'm going to take 1.5. So I need to go from there to 0.85. Right. So we're going to go. Right, so we've gone 0.85. You can't really see this, guys, but it's the old carbide tip is doing the job. We're reducing the outside. I was going way too slow. I'm just going to do a couple of passes. All right. Before we do the other end, let's just test this. Now, reducing this, I'm starting to worry about the structural integrity of this. Damn, that gets hot. Check with the caliper. So it's 2.75, which I think will be close enough. If it's not, we'll find out. Fuck me, that's hot. Silly Billy. I'm just looking at it. Looks like it. The further it got away from the chuck, it swelled up a little bit. All right, we're gonna re-chuck it. And we're gonna take a smidge. It's a technical term, that guy, smidge. All right, we're gonna go in there. It's where it's flexing. There we go. We just had to lean into it a little bit. I've just rebuilt the lathe and everything's tight and good on it. And that's bollock, yeah. Give it a go, check the caliper. Stainless is tough stuff. Yeah, it is, but let's hope it's tough enough, Lee, for the abuse rock crawlers are going to give it. This is for a fun over, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if I was out playing and it fell apart, because I'd just grab another rig out of the car and then we'd be back in action. But it would be a shame if I was out filming with it and I didn't end up being able to get the filming done, you know, because of a silly breakage. If this doesn't work, we'll go back to doing my standard brass, because I'm yet to break a brass link, yeah, or even bend one. And I don't use the widest, thickest brass you can get your hands on, but it certainly seems to be holding up to the rigours of rock crawling. All right, and the only thing that I have broken, and I broke quite a few of them recently, is the rod ends. I had a bit of an issue with rod ends, but I've since switched to a different rod end. And since then, touch wood, I haven't had any more problems. Right. Do you think we're cooking on gas now? Them brass links won't break, mate. No, they don't. They don't. They're super duper strong. Right. The question now is, did we go short enough, thin enough? And the answer might be no. If we got to go down to 0.6, so I know for a tap, so this tap needs a 2.5 hole. So does that mean that when it's the male side needs to go down to 2.5? I think we just find out. I'm going to take it down to 2.5. If I end up having to throw some or not use this particular length of stainless steel, it won't be the end of the world. And I'll have learnt something. Right, so let's take this down to 2.5. Let's check it with the caliper before we do that. Yeah, it's still 2.75 on the end. So I thought this was all going to be on the bench today, chaps. I thought I was literally going to be doing almost everything I'm doing now on the bench. And here we are, not on the bench. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to change this out because it'll allow me to get, hello, Big Mike's Crawlers. How are you? So we'll put this. Oh no, that's the broken one, isn't it? Shiznit. Okay, we're stuck with that. I broke one of my tungsten carbide bits, and they've used so much Loctite, I just can't get it out. And I've tried heating it and everything that I'm supposed to do to get it out, and it will not leave home. Right. Yes, Lee's keyboard is has a bit of a mind of its own, Lee, doesn't it? Right, so we're going to come out from there. Oh, it's actually on 0. Right, what did we want? I think we want at least we want just under 0.2. So I'm going to take a whole one. Yeah, that's right. We're going to go a fraction over and make sure the lathe's safe. Oh, knackers. Knackers! Brain fade on right. I just touched on. Just over 1. Right, I moved the wrong handle, guys. Sleep deprivation. Right. And then I didn't tighten this enough. Going too thin, there won't be enough thread to make tight connection between 2 fittings. Yep, you're absolutely right. I think, I'm pretty sure we're going to be good. I'll caliper it when we're done. Right. So having it closer to the lathe chuck really helped there. So at least that's something. There. Oh, so the chuck piece that I wanted to be the chuck tool, the lathe tool that I wanted to be using is broken. So we're having to make do with the wrong bit essentially. So we haven't run one into the lathe yet, so that's good. Apparently that's right a passage. Going to the other point there. DM Carp Man. What? Did I miss something? At DM Carp Man. I'm not seeing, does the die have a slit? Yes. No. It has a dimple. It doesn't have a split. Yeah, no, it's not one of those that expands and compresses, Lathe, thankfully, because that might have added a little bit more complexity to this that we definitely could be doing without right now. Right, so let's calibrate it. Where did we end up? What, 2.48. And like I said, when I'm doing taps, which I only do, I've never really done dies. When I'm doing when I'm doing taps, I know I have to go to 2.5. So if that's the case, get me a nice t-shirt all orally. If that's the case, then we might be cooking on gas now. That could be the kiddie. What? Let's get a tighten up. Does the die have a slit? Yeah, I've already. So I'll just, if you hear me read a comment again, it's just because I'm not trying to make sure that I've responded to everything. But I don't want to jinx it. But looking at it, it looks like the right sort of amount of engagement there now. Oh, is this going to work? Oh, I can feel it biting. And it's spinning this. So it's bit. Right, hopefully nothing snaps. Oh, don't bend it. Not now it started. Let me see with this there. I think we're getting a thread, but it is slow going. I'm used to doing threads on the power. And that progress is much, much quicker. Oh, this is a workout. Let's back it out and have a look, guys, see what's happening. Oh, shit. So it bit and then it stalled. That's what happened here. $3mm thread at the tip. I'm confused. Alexa, what size should the metal be that's being put into a 3mm tap?
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, nor do I. Cheers, Alexa. Thanks very much.
I can't skip ahead right now.
No, I don't want you to skip ahead. So I'm looking at this, where this is here, to see if it's making any progress, and it does not look like it's making any progress. Thank goodness that tapping is easier than this, because I wouldn't be making links at all. We're going t-shirtless, guys, so I've just moved the camera so that we spare you the disastrous sight that is me without me top on. It's got really hot in here because of the lights, and because I'm getting a bit of a workout. I don't understand why the wood's so tight either, Lee. It's like, it's beyond me. It really is. Like, we've bit, it's got the end of it, but it's just topless again. Yeah, let's hope I don't get the shits as well. Like, you had to be here, guys. I was doing a stream and then I got the Trotskys. Oh, we got some good progress then. Maybe I just needed to put a little bit more. There we go. She's bit. It is a 3mm die. Oh, I'll tell you what, I can feel the burn. I'm just stopping for a breather, but she's going. It was just getting it started, I think. It may have just been that I wasn't applying enough force. Oh, is there somewhere I can stick my mic? Can you still hear me all right, guys, if I put the mic up there? Because once I take my t-shirt off, I've got nowhere to hang it. It's cooking on gas now. No, because if you lock that, it rips the threads out. And you can hear me okay, thank you, Lee. Yeah, if I lock the tailstock down, as this pulls, it just rips all the threads off. Like when I'm doing internal threads, that's one of the things I have to always remind myself to be careful of. Right, I think we've got our first thread. Damn! Yeah, we've got threads. Tape at the end of rid. Yeah, 100% RC crawling addict. I'm going to call you RCA, I think, if that's all right, because all those syllables. Time consuming. Now look, I've got to make sure I don't do is bend it badly and then have to remake it again. We've got threads. don't know if you can see that, but we have got threads. Now the litmus test, I suppose, is I don't get it. Fucking hell. Look. I'm just checking it. It says M3. The threads. Someone said about taking too much off. I think it was RCA that said if you take too much off, it won't be right. And I think that's what's happened. How? Right, I'll tell you what. Just trying to think. So this is now a test piece. We're gonna try and work out where we went wrong. I think try it with a holder tomorrow. I'm gonna Lee. That will make the world of difference, I think. But for now, I just wanna see where we went wrong, and I think I'm gonna do that using this end. So first things first, let's get that out of there. I've got other jobs I can be doing, like it's not super important that this gets done right now, but I was hoping to get the geometry for the Mantis build set up. Oh, yeah, I was hoping I could get that set up so I can at least, start bolting the other bits onto it. Because once you got links done, you've got a roller then, haven't you? Right. So we're going to increase the... Check the dies M3. It definitely is sprocky, 100%. Yeah, it definitely is. Right. So changing tools. $45°. I think this is 45. Oh, do you know what though? If I do that with it, this should really help. So I've really exaggerated the angle on the tip there. If you couldn't see what I was doing, yeah, that'll be a lot shallower. But he doesn't like it. Because we're engaging quite a bit of the surface. The lead on the die should be 45. Oh, right. Well, I don't even know what I've done with the die now. Where did I put that? I dropped it on the floor, didn't I? That's why. Do you know what? I should have just done some editing today, guys. Sorry if I've wasted anybody's time today coming in and sitting with me in my right. So if the lead on the die is 45, then this should match. So maybe we're in a better place now. Let's try that, shall we? So I just wanna see if we can get it, because we're flipping ball like I've got a scoop. Thank you very much for popping in, Lee, and thank you so much for sending me the die holder. But I was looking at them and I'm like, we're saving for the car and everything right now. I just didn't feel like we could justify it. Now, having spent all this time trying to do this today, I think I probably would have pulled the trigger. But now I don't have to, mate. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. A bit more complicated than they really are. Amen to that. Right. So let's drop this into here. Onto there. Tighten that down, because when it grabs, it grabs. Me chuck key's not even the right size for the bloody job either. Need to get a little bit more organised. Right. So we're going to have another go. This is with just a 3mm piece of rod, not carved down. It's sort of got it, but not quite. So it looked like it had started to grab it. Just taking a little burr off the end there. Right. Can I get her to grab? Oh, come on. No, it's just rotating on the end of it. Fuck my old boots. What is going on? You need a good amount of pressure to start. Yeah, I know. The trouble is, because this doesn't, there's not enough reach or space in here, I can't get this to engage the rail enough for me to be able to really lean on it. Just trying to look at the problem and think. Just staring at it thinking there must be a better way to do this. Yeah, hand tools. Like if I could start this manually and then I could just throw it in here, and it would be a nice easy way to finish it. Let's give it a bit more room. That was all my printer filaments falling off of the top of the bench drill that I've got. Bench drill. I wonder if I could use the bench drill. I haven't actually got a way to turn the bench drill. Otherwise, that might be a way to do it. It's just not getting it. It's just not getting it. Right, what am I going to do then, chaps? Am I going to wait for my tools to turn up tomorrow? But that would be admitting defeat. I'm not really very good at that. Is it because it's a cheap die? This was, I mean, it's supposed to be a tungsten carbide die, but it is AliExpress. Right, where's the plug for you? The printer is Robo Printer. Right. I've shot metal shavings all over my plug sockets. That was a great idea, wasn't it? Right, let's take you off of the bench drill before I start it. And move the other bits that are definitely going to come flattering down. And I'm just gonna take the edges off this. I haven't used this for ages, hopefully. There we go. That's twice I've used that now since I bought it 2 years ago. It is the most. Don't buy a Clark bench drill, guys. Take my word for that. It is the most rickety piece of crap. I didn't have a lot of money and I needed one, but in hindsight, I should have just waited because it is terrible. Right. We have managed, using it, to put a little bit more of an angle on there, like a smoother transition. So I wonder, can we get a grab? It's picked it up, guys. It's picked it up. Now I need to get this tight with the wrong size chuck tape. Oh, where's my chat gone? Sorry if I've missed comments, guys. It was no, I haven't. Right, we got it. We got it. He says. But now, now I can't get enough welly on this to hold it. Right. I think we might be getting a thread. No, we're not. We're just chewing the crap out at the end of it. Maybe it's this bloody dye. Maybe it's just a really poor quality dye. One thing I should have learned from my dad was that you just can't buy cheap tools and expect them to work like good tools. Just taking the weight off my feet for a sec. I'm just trying to see what it actually did achieve. So it got to a point where it was starting to engage, but then just didn't have the manpower. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that bit in the lathe tomorrow. How frustrating. And I've knocked the crap out of my arms trying to wrestle that thing together. Oh, that's frustrating. And that's putting it politely. I'm just having a quick tidy up down there, guys. I've got a couple of jobs I have to get done before I shoot off. Does anybody know what the time is? Oh, I see a comment there. I'll have a look at that in a sec. I'm just putting tools away, tidy up as I go along. Been a good boy today as far as tidying up goes. Right, let's put that away. Let's put the drill away. It's no fun getting old. Oh, if anybody tells you different, they're lying. I know I'm only 56, but I feel about 76. Right, let's get back on the desk. Let's unplug the lathe so my little boy doesn't come in here and rip his arm off. Right, maybe Capra. Right, before I throw this back in the box, I kind of felt like I needed to do these. Like in the time we messed about there, I could have made all of the lowers and the uppers in Delrin and brass. But the reason we were doing this, and I might end up regretting it because of the flex, but the reason we're doing this is because I want this build to be super light. And I might be wrong about that. Probably right, mate. If you have a screw fix near you, they sell them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to wait for the tool from Lee to arrive tomorrow, and then if that doesn't fix the issue, then I am literally just going to drive down to Tom Station or Screw Fix or one of them, and I'm going to get the bits I need. It's a shame because I really, really do want to get this build up and running. I'm super, super excited about it. I mean, I'm super excited about this cage build as well. That this is the null. Was it something of Norway crawler cage? and there'll be loads of stuff coming on this, so I'll be able to give you all the details then. But this is going to be lovely. This is going on a set of 4-wheel steer straights on big 2.2s. So this would be nice. Should be able to get the centre of gravity nice and low. And yeah, it'll be scale. There'll be a nice cockpit and everything. Yo, Sam, thank you for popping in. Yeah, that'd be sweet as a nut. That's definitely going to be going on something like a Sedona or HB Rover or something like that. And this week, the intention, let's put that tack away, that die away, rather. Yeah, the intention for this rig is, or the intended wheel for this rig, I should say, is going to be a carbon beadlock with Rhino Moser 2.2s, just because I didn't, not through choice, but I do have a set there that was sent to me by Frank at Rhino Crawler, and I feel like I should do something with them. But if they're no good, I'm just going to say they're no good, and you know, Frank will have to go and design a tyre that's better. Just going to grab a bottle of water. I don't hydrate enough when I'm doing this. So yeah, I did a mock-up last night. Oh, I haven't moved my mic, have I? Let's get me water and then move my mic back over here. I'm getting a workout today. Yeah, so Frank will just have to design a better tyre if they end up not being great. I'm not going to tell you that these tyres are really good because Frank sent me some. I'm just going to be like, oh well, I was hoping Frank had designed a really nice tyre, and they're not. They're crap. But I don't know they're crap yet. So if you're interested in seeing how they work out, they will be the first tyres, probably, not definitely, but probably, they will be the first tyres that go on this vehicle. And then I guess we'll see what happens from there. I'm not locked into anything. I did notice that Vanquish have dropped that new dig unit for their NOD and OD gearboxes. And if you weren't here earlier, the intended setup for this is a NOD 2 copy. Sorry guys, but paying tariffs and export duty and all that stuff is just a bloody nightmare. And you know, the gearbox isn't cheap either. I don't think it's expensive. I think, you know, the guys put a lot of work into making a really good product, but I had to buy the cheap one because that's how I just couldn't do this at the minute. When a few more quid's coming in and stuff, I'll probably be buying the boutique stuff. I'll be getting genuine. So we're going to be running the No OD2 with this adapter plate and a Fusion Mini 16. That's what I've just ordered. It should be in here in the next 4 or 5 days. So we're going super light all the way through it. I have no intention of adding any weight to the rear axle, any weight to the wheels, and the idea with the sprung mass is to put as little amount of weight. Hello, CKRC live. I can't be here long, but wanted to swing in and say hi. I really appreciate that, Craig. Thank you very much for dropping in. Too many taxis already in the UK. Yeah, I mean, it makes it really difficult when you want to support companies like Deluxe that have already got a good but quite expensive product, and then you've got to end up paying another almost same again. It just makes it really difficult. I hope the guys over at Deluxe realise that. And I'm not a fan of what China is doing to their products. but I literally couldn't run half the stuff I do if I didn't purchase it that way, and I wouldn't be able to take part in the hobby the way I do. But hopefully things will change moving on. Like every time one of you uses links in the description to purchase something, we get a little kickback, and over time that mounts up into a little bit of money that we can use to run the channel, and for that I'm super grateful. So we might have to use stainless steel, and now I've got a spare bit because the other bit's buggered. We might have to run stainless steel bent links on the front. I think we might have to come out here at the front with one of those janky bent links and have that attached to here, just so we've got more clearance for the drive shaft and motor inside. If we don't need to do that, we won't, because I do prefer to have the links on the inside if I can. I'm doing it like Joe from Exo does. I'm just standing. I'm attempting to stand the mic up. Why won't that stand up? What about if I put it there? What? Time for a drink. Yeah, everyone make sure they hit that like button. Oh, thank you, Craig. Yes. It does help the algorithm, I think, if they have an inkling that you're enjoying. Like if you're not enjoying it, don't hit it. But if you are, then that helps the algorithm. It wouldn't be my intention to create content that people didn't enjoy, and I therefore wouldn't want you to hit a like button on a video that you didn't like, because I just wouldn't be right, would it? But if you do, thank you, cheers. I appreciate you guys. So one of the reasons I wanted to go with the Mini 16 is because it doesn't weigh a lot, and compared to I think a Fusion 1800 or 2300 is around 90 to 100 grams, and the Fusion Mini 16 I think is around 60 or 50, might even be 50, 48 grams, something like that. So there's another reason for me running it. So we got a light gearbox. You notice I didn't go for the super light carbon version because I just don't want crap getting into the gearing. I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of weight gain to have this as a sealed unit. Pardon me. That's the only thing we're drinking fizzy water. I drink fizzy water all the time. Yeah, it makes you burp. The reason I went this way was because I wanted a sealed setup. I'm looking at putting a link riser up here, probably about there. I measured the holes. The link riser I've gone for has got 2 screws locking in. I feel like the ones with 1 screw are just going to keep rotating all the time. So I've gone for a link riser with 2 holes in it. And I think we're going to either be putting it here or here, just on the bend on the back of the chassis. I'm realizing that you probably can't see that fantastically. Is that any better? I'm just waiting for the camera on here to catch up a little bit. There we go. Let's pop that under there. This is the motor that I'm using in that purple and black cage build I just showed you, by the way. It's a Surpass 2250 KV, and it's quite a big thing. And the ear seat, this was in the mail episode that I've just done, but if you didn't see it, this is the ear seat, mate. This thing is huge. Like, I'm not bothered if that build, it gets a bit heavy. I'm not really too bothered, but it's gonna, with this motor, with that motor that's under here and this, that cage build's gonna weigh a ton. But then that is gonna have really heavy wheels and stuff on it. Tyre blown to the final build. Trying to think what else what else we're doing. This is my first time using the MEUS straights. I do have a 4-wheel steer set on the way, so I'm really hoping that they end up being something I like. Pinion angle, of course, is a lot easier on a straight angle, so we're definitely going to get that pinion, that rear drive shaft up out the way to here probably, and then down to the gearbox from there. So we will be running an extra set of hardware for the drive shaft transfer at the bearing carrier, and that's going to be adding some weight. So it might be that I just go for a straight through Axial and simplify the link design. I keep seeing those rigs with the super clearance, like the poised RC rigs and that, and I always think to myself, I've got to build something like that at some point. They look so cool, and this rig is going to have a ton of clearance. The links are coming from the center of the skid. We're going to come straight up and then across and then back down to the axle. So in here, that it's just going to have so much clearance. And I was on one of the cheater rig pages yesterday, and I found a J Concepts 16th scale J Concepts body. I was going to be running. Let me just grab it. I was going to be running this guy, and it's still not out of the question. I think you can see that would probably work quite well. It's just the back. So we could slam that body. I think I'd probably have it sat there. Is it touching the shock caps? That might be a deal breaker if it is. But if it is, I don't know, maybe we could just raise it. Now I'm second guessing myself. The only thing that I'm not super keen on with this, and the reason I was looking with other bodies, is because there's a lot exposed chassis down the bottom, and I don't think that looks great. But this is one of these Santazi bodies off of eBay. If you check out my RC mail time from a couple of episodes ago, we've got links for that in there. And this is definitely going on a build at some point. And I'm not rolling it out. I'm not rolling it out. It could be that we end up dropping that on there, but we're a little way off that. We've got to get all the links on and everything, and then get all the shocks installed. I'm not sure what shock length I'm going to be wanting for the back, but as you can see, I've got plenty of the 2362 shock rebuild kits ready to go, and I've got a load of shocks. These are the Dirk or D1RC shocks that my mate Jamie gave me. These are beautiful. Once they're set up, absolutely beautiful. What a lovely looking shock, and they are just incredibly smooth. This one's where it's been sat a little bit of a time. And this was another shock. I'll have to find out again from him where he got these. But these are hugely oversprung. But I wonder whether you could turn these into an internally sprung shock, because they're really nice as well. I might be keeping those for a cage build, but we'll have to see. So we've got the ubiquitous Chavtecs in black. That's a set of 90s, I think, in there, or are these 100s? It will say on the pack somewhere, won't it? These are 105s, yeah. So we've got those in 105s. We've got a set of blues, which was supposed to be going on Spidey. These might end up on Spidey. But I think the reason I didn't fit them, I don't know whether you can tell on the camera, but the anodizing's off. Now, I think if you had the two lighter ones on the back and the two darker ones on the front, you might not notice. But yeah, that was a bit disappointing. But you know, that's the difference between ordering Chavtecs from Deluxe and then buying cheap copies off of the internet. Just having a look in my shock drawer. So that's it. That's just the other ones of those. And I've got another shock drawer up here. And this has got some short little 60s, and yeah, that's just got a full set of 60 or 65s in there. I don't think we need to go that short. These are 75s that I've got on the front now, and I think they will give us enough dropout for what we want. But it's all about getting it together, getting it set up with the amount of droop and dropout that you want, and set the ride height. And then once you've got the ride height and the droop the way you want it, it's just a matter of getting it out in the field and seeing what it does. And when you start to drive the rig, it talks to you and lets you know where you need to go next. But again, we're a little way off of that yet. I haven't mentioned it, but in the background there, let me just see if I can swing the camera on a bit. Oh, boobies. I have to pay for that, guys. You have to go to my OnlyFans for that. Yeah, up there in the background is the Bits of Beetle, still on Facebook Marketplace for 300 quid. That truck comes completely ready to run. I don't know if you can see it, but just behind that wheel is the hot RC transmitter. It comes with all the radio gear and batteries. It even comes with one of these, a 2400 Hobby King Bolt X battery. It comes with one of these. The only thing somebody will need if they buy that is a charger. It comes with a dig box, brushless, full Chavtech dropouts. It's got a set of 75 quid D-links on it, Team ReVolt inserts, 2.2s. Yeah, I can't believe it hasn't sold yet. It's been on Marketplace for like 10 weeks. Oh, 4 p.m. was it? Thank you very much, Brocky. Let's just make sure. I'm just going to refresh the chat to make sure I haven't missed any. It does this sometimes. There we go. What can I do? Right, I've got to change rod ends out on Spidey. So let's dismantle my jig, and I think I'll drag Spidey in and switch out those set screws in the back of that. I can't believe how easily the rod ends were breaking. I couldn't believe it. And then I realised that the pocket for the set screw was much deeper than I'd thought. So I was only getting about a half engagement on it. And yeah, that's not enough. So it was just snapping the links. And I pride my link. I take pride in any of the links I make being super strong. And then they broke like 5 times in one weekend. And I was like, what is going on? I'm going to have to order some more stainless steel. But, right. Bear with me. I put those in there. Set screws. Oh, that'd make sense. Right, so this is the guy that was that was breaking his rod ends. And my boobies are in the shot again, aren't they? Nobody wants to see that. What this stream has been an absolute shambles. I'll be deleting this one, guys. You'll be the only people that will see this, I expect. Not that anybody watches them after. Anyway, right, we want that one and we want a 2mm. Right, what we're going to do then, we'll just do it the easy way. We'll go through there. So these rears were popping off. Well, they weren't. These rears were snapping. And I couldn't work out why. I just bought these rod ends and I was almost like, I was 95% sure that they were going to be all right based on the reviews and talking to a couple of people that had used them. And then I get down to Kent Radio Control rock crawlers. Their rock crawling course down in, it is definitely a learning curve stream, that's for sure. You are not wrong. Yeah, I got down there and Lisa, my partner, broke one. Jamie broke one. I think I broke two. And then, yeah, so it must have been four. So I broke four links in quick succession down there. And I was like, what the bleep is going on? And yeah, it was because we weren't getting enough engagement. I hadn't realised that the internal pocket where the steel bit goes on them was not deep enough. And I've always used, for my Traxxas rod ends, I'd always use the 16. I think this is a 16. Yeah, M3 by 16. So that's the one that I always use. But these rod ends require a 20. So that's what we got. I would have liked to, I think I would have even gone to a 22. I think I probably would have gone up to a 22 for these, because the more engagement you get down as far as you can into that pocket, the stronger, the more vulnerable part of the rod end is going to be. Once you get to the bracing up here, you're probably going to be in good shape. I need an M2 MIP bit, not an M2, it's 1.5, isn't it? I need a 1.5. Definitely. So I need another one of them out because we're gonna use it as a makeshift depth gauge. Right, how far in are we? Right, we need to get down far enough. I've lost one under the car now. So I'm just going to hold this one up against it. Yeah, I'd like to go in a little bit newer. Maybe I can go to a 25 for these. Ooh, she got pinchy. What's everybody up to today? Apart from sitting here and listening to the ramblings of an old git who can't wear clothes in the house. Right, now we should be good. We shouldn't have any more issues with snappage at the rear. If I do, I will update you guys. We got a really interesting test coming up. Subjective, I guess, really interesting is, but I think it's interesting. So I'm getting fed up with only being able to use nylock nuts a couple of times before they are unusable and start coming loose. And I'm getting nuts come loose all the time. So I bought some of the Nord lock washers, but I've also designed like a rubber washer, and I'm interested to see how those perform up against the Nord locks. So Spidey, one side of Spidey is Nord lock, and the other side is the rubber washers. Oh no, Mike, you're working in the rain. Oh, well, my thoughts are with you, mate. That sucks. Yeah, so one side of Spidey is where's me tool? There it is. One side of Spidey is Nordlock washers, and the other side is these rubber TPU. Oh, the TPU washers that I printed up, and I think it'd be interesting to see whether my damn it, bottomed out on the wheel. I hope I haven't scratched my alloys. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether these washers that I've come up with work. It's not a big deal if they don't. It's just that I didn't have any Nord locks, and I thought, you know what, I'll give them a go. Right, we definitely need to change this one because it's already got a stress mark on it. Striation, is that what they call it when it has like an external stress mark? Yeah, so I haven't got any of the washers to show you. Not any of the rubber ones, but the Nord locks here. I don't know if you've seen Nord lock washers, but they have like an interesting geometry. It's essentially it's two washers. Let's get it in the shot. Yeah, essentially it's two washers. So it's got serrations on either outer, and then in between it's got like ramps that work against the direction of rotation. So essentially, as they try to undo themselves, it becomes harder for them to do so. I don't know how well I've explained that, but if you just Google Nord lock, 2 words, Nord lock, and washer, and you'll get them come up. They're bloody expensive, so well, you know how we roll, guys. I got the snide ones from AliExpress, and they're probably not as good as the genuine ones, but if they do the job, I'll be happy with that. I'm actually going to do a Nord lock washer versus my design video. I've got that planned. I'm down at Kent Rock Crawlers next week practicing for the first round of the summer championship. I'm going to be taking Spidey. He's coming down for the testing, and I'm also going to be taking in fact, am I going to use this one? Yeah, I'm going to use this one. Waste not, want not. I'm going to be taking Spidey and the Joker down. The bits of Beetles going down because they'll be sat on the for sale table. Hopefully someone buys that because we could really do with the money. Let's put that in there because that's still good. Let's get one of these out. Yeah, switching to the 20s might be the jam, but looking at it, I think I might have been able to buy the 25s. Just be nice to have that extra extra little bit of steel engagement. I've just ordered another one of the gearboxes that's in here. I don't know whether you guys know, but I'm running the MEUS LCG in a lot of my rigs now. And there are links to all of the bits I run on Spidey in case you're interested in the description. I'm running that in a lot of rigs now. I really, really like the MEUS LCG gearbox. And it is an affiliate link down there, but that's not the reason I'm telling you I like it. I just really like it. It's nice and low. It's not too heavy. It's not too light either. I wouldn't mind seeing a lightweight version from them. That'd be nice. Yeah, it would be nice to see a lightweight one of those. I've got it in 3 rigs so far, and it will be going in the Nord. I'll have to have a look at the name of this, but it will be going in this build as well, because it's nice and low. It gets the it gets the motor nice and low, and because we're running a big heavy motor in that, it'll be nice to have that as low as possible. I don't like that I've got the washered side of the nut opposite or different to the other one. I know it doesn't matter, but my OCD is screaming at me because I'm trying to put it on the opposite side, or the opposite way round, I should say. Right. Can we get the whizzer on there? We go down until it just touches the bead lock, and then we go in with the manual one. I'm gutted I can't do those links for the tsunami, you know. It's going to be such a good build. It'd be nice to have something that's just for fun. Like Spidey's my test vehicle, the Joker's my class 2 comp vehicle. There we go, all custom brass on there. And if you've got a MEUS Gold Rush chassis, which is what Spidey, in fact, Spidey is a MEUS build, MEUS LCG trans, MEUS nylon portals, MEUS Gold Rush chassis. I did a 3D printed skid for this, guys, and everybody that's downloaded it so far has said nice things about it, and it allows you to fit that LCG gearbox, which gets your motor nice and low. I've not had a single problem since the debacle with the hexes being too big, and I blew a ring and pinion that was an aftermarket one. They're the only 2 things that I've had with this since I've had it. I had a bit of an issue with the pins in the drive shafts as well, but as far as I'm aware, all those issues are non-existent now, and this thing has been beaten to snot, and just absolutely keeps coming back and smashing it as well. And obviously we had some problems with my links, but that should now be a problem with the past 2, since we've switched out the link design and the set screws. I think I'm probably going to drop out there, guys, because we were supposed to be working on the tsunami, but the tap not working for the thread cutting has kind of brought that to an unfortunate end, where I wasn't expecting it. Thank you very, very much for coming in and spending time with me, and for anybody that's been here throughout the stream and has been offering help. You know, you are You are the reason I bother. Because for me, setting up the stream is stressful. If I'm going to be completely honest, I do find it. Thank you, Sprocky. It's 4:20. It's good to know. Some might say that's a really good time. It's just it's you guys are the reason that I bother to stream, because if it wasn't for you, I just wouldn't. So thank you. That's it from me. I guess I'll go over and click the button. Hopefully, Spidey and I will see you from Kent Rock Crawlers at the competition. I'm there next Sunday. If anybody wants to pop down, and I'm there the following week on the Saturday for the crawler competition. That's it from me. Remember, guys, no matter the question, love is always the answer. Thank you for being here. I'll see you again. Bye for now.